Now we're getting somewhere. All right.
We're just doing audio?
No, video too.
Why isn't my video working?
I think you gotta turn it on.
Why don't you calm down there, buddy?
There you go.
Please take your seats. School is now in session.
Welcome to Homeschool Podcast.
Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back to Homeschool Podcast. I'm Augustino Zoida. I'm the host of Homeschool Podcast. Welcome back. It's great to have you. I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody was all healthy and everything. My co-host Kevin Lyons is not here today. I don't know. Maybe he's having like a food coma also. But we have our guest here today. Jessica Wellington is here. It's great to have you back on. Isn't this great how so many comedians are moving away and we can still have each other on each other's podcasts? It's great.
Yeah, this is nice. I just miss comedy.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I absolutely do. I really miss it. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be able to work a little bit here and there. I just got back from Philly, and there's some states that are still doing it, and I know what you mean. It's like I don't get to do it that often, so now when I go to a comedy club, it's super emotional. It's so weird.
Right.
It's so emotional. Like I go into like the green room, and it just smells like wet towels and deep fried food, and I'm like, oh god, I love that smell.
So much.
The comedy club kitchen smell is so specific. It's like,
oh yeah,
cigarettes and Clorox and the deep fryer. But yeah, I do. I absolutely miss it. I mostly miss it. Besides performing, it's just hanging at the club that I miss. I'm sure for you too.
Yeah, very much so. Working at the Comedy Store, I miss that.
Yeah. So,
around.
What happened? Did you just go like, hey, I'm not working there right now, so I'm just gonna bail?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you really want to know, I haven't talked about it a lot yet, but I ended up in a very abusive relationship too.
Really?
And I had to get away from that. And just for my own sanity, I felt like I needed to go somewhere familiar, like home.
Where's home again?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And I've heard North Carolina is just, it's not Florida open, but it's open, right?
Open, but they're threatening to push it back again.
Really?
There's still a lot of places that aren't. It's not like LA, but...
Yeah, we just, as of 2 days ago, had restaurants and everything taken away again. Not even outdoor restaurants.
I think why can't you eat outside?
Yeah, the whole thing's kind of bogus at this point. I don't think the virus is bogus. That's not what I'm saying. And I do think it's not as severe as it's made out to be. But I also think that the rules that you make is, like I've said this 1,000 times, like if you want people to stop saying that this is bogus and to take it seriously, then you should really apply some rules that have logic behind them or make sense, because you start going like, oh no, you can't eat outside, and you got to wear a mask indoors. You can't do this, you can't do that, like you curfew at 10. It's like that's got nothing to do with anything. That just doesn't have anything to do with anything. Curfew at 10.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
My theory is that the curfew at 10 thing is really because they're anticipating riots coming soon.
Why? In LA?
Mostly everywhere. So
I'm trying to come up with a new joke, so don't hate me, but I didn't vote this year.
I ain't mad at you. You know what? Even if you did, it probably wouldn't have been counted.
I opened up with that in Chapel Hill, and they're super liberal there, which I'm liberal, but I'm not super liberal, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're an OG liberal. You're the good kind of liberal. That's what I said to somebody.
I'm reasonable.
I just had a podcast with someone the other day. I was like, we're OG liberals. Like, we're like, the people who claim to be liberals now, I'm like, that's not liberal. Like, you're like closer to communism than liberal.
Right. And this was right after the election, and I should have like done some other jokes, whatever, got them on my side, but I didn't. I just wanted to try this off top, and I was like, "So I didn't vote," and they were like, "Meh."
Oh no. Where
Well,
where were you?
In Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
And that's a super liberal town?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, I voted this year for the first time ever in my life. I've never voted
Really?
before. Yeah. And so I voted this year, and now I'm sitting there going like, see, I knew I was always right. It didn't matter. I think that we're getting close to starting to see that they're going to turn it around, that they're going to flip it back that Trump won, and I think people are going to riot.
You think?
Yeah, it's just a hunch of mine. I mean, I've already been seeing that. In Philadelphia, they had the public hearing yesterday where everybody came forward and shared their experience with the fraudulent voting, and a lot of them were people that actually worked in the voting booths that shared their experience of kind of being like abused and really treated rotten.
Oh no!
Yeah, so stuff is going, and then Trump just appealed Pennsylvania, and it's probably going to go to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is all filled with like Trump's judges. So
I don't know what's going on.
a lot of people forget that that's what happened in the year 2000 with Al Gore and Bush. They actually
I do remember
that Al Gore was was the elected president for like a month, and then they just got one state to switch back, and right now Trump is like fighting 6 states. So we'll see.
That was my whole thing. I was like, look, going through this abusive relationship, I have found out that I'm an empath and I see the best in people,
Mm-hmm.
and I follow my heart, right? So you really didn't want me to vote because my mind would have said Biden, my DNA would have said Trump, but my heart would have said Kanye.
I thought you were going to say your heart said nobody, which is why you didn't. Oh man. So there's a lot of comedy going on in North Carolina? No. Just that one show in Chapel Hill?
I've done that show twice. I'm putting together a show in Goldsboro though. There's nothing around here. There's no other comedy shows. I don't know that they've ever done one before. So hopefully
it's okay like to do it as long as there's restaurants, why not, right?
Right. It's like a bar restaurant thing.
And it's indoors?
Yeah.
Okay. See, out here we only have, I'm sure you know enough people out here that we only had outdoor restaurants. We weren't allowed to do indoor, and even still they wouldn't let us do comedy. Like
it's so dumb. Look, we could eat inside here, but you have to wear the mask to your table.
Yes.
And then you can take it off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You have to go to the bathroom, you got to put it back on.
I've not done that.
Yeah. There's one bar out here which I don't know how they get away with it, but they're just like they don't even know about COVID. They're like, COVID who? like
I mean, at some point we just have to let it go, and you either have to be willing to go and catch it or not, or stay home.
Yeah.
If you have like an old parent or whatever and you're scared, then you stay home. But at some point we can't. How can you keep? I mean, we're not children. I feel like we're kids and you're grounded.
This year alone, I've been to Canada, Arizona, Sacramento, let's see where else. I've did a bunch of shows this year. I mean, I've traveled. I went to Big Bear and Philadelphia. And by the way, Big Bear, they don't know what's going on either. Big Bear is like Big Bear. I went into a bar. It's a tiny, tiny little pub. It's probably fire marshal will cap you at 20 people. And they had 100 people in there. No masks. Like Big Bear just doesn't give a fuck.
And you're still alive.
And I'm still alive. And I will tell you this. What's that?
You took that risk. That was on you.
Yes, it was on me. And that's the thing. I think that we should listen. That's why I say we're OG liberals. Whatever happened to my body, my choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to go out, I'm gonna take that risk, and I'll be out there with other people who are willing to take the risk. So it's not like I'm out there with people that don't want to take the risk and getting them sick, because those people are staying home.
Exactly. And it's even about being like pro-choice. Yes, I'm pro-choice. Do I think I can have an abortion? No. But It's my body. I'll do what I want to do with it.
Yeah, or it's my business. You know what? If I want to be open and risk not selling anything because it's dead, that's my choice. I have to pay for the electricity to be on, and I may not even make a profit because people are scared to go out. But that's his choice or her choice to open their business. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating, and it seems like every comic that I talk to seems because we're the most frustrated because it kind of seems like we have this hold on us that is like everybody else seems like they've kind of been able to make a comeback. Walmart is essential.
I don't even understand. Do you know what kind of I felt like I was on a good roll
Yeah.
before I left?
Yeah.
I got The Mule with Clint Eastwood. I got that guest star role in Grace and Frankie on Netflix.
That's right.
Then I got that role on Good Girls on NBC, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, what's next?" And they were like, "You're shut the fuck down."
Damn.
I'm like, "Fuck you."
But even production has come back. Like even filming is back. They're starting to film stuff again. You just got to take a test every time you come on set.
Every time you go on, I know. I have my agent in Atlanta. She's submitting for some stuff, but Atlanta's open. It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think you'd move there?
Yeah. I think if I move anywhere now, it's going to be Atlanta. I don't think everything's going to go back to LA.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
I think that everybody has left. I think that film studios have left. And if they've already left and gone somewhere where it's cheaper already and they're open, why would they move back where they're going to pay more?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's sad. I'm depressed about it because I'm from Los Angeles originally, and we're the entertainment capital of the country, and now we can't even do stand-up comedy like from 8 feet away behind a plexiglass. They're like, no, can't do it. Did you see that the Comedy Store eventually they shut them down for doing comedy in the window?
I know.
Why?
Alicia just told me that today. I was like, wait, I thought they were doing it in the window. She's like, they were, but they shut it down.
They were doing it, and they shut it down. They were doing podcasts in the window first, and they shut that down.
Right.
And then recently they were doing comedy in the window, but then everything got shut down. So I don't know. Really quick before we move any further, guys, I'd like to welcome a sponsor to the show. This episode is brought to you by Duke Cannon Supply Company. You guys, Duke Cannon is here just in time for the holidays. It's going to be the perfect gift to give any man in your life. Duke Cannon specializes in men's cologne, body soap, body wash, and it's all for dudes. They have excellent holiday gift baskets right now. You can get a gift basket of they literally
you're staying alive through the pandemic. You're just getting free soap.
They have a lump of coal if you're naughty soap. They have no joke IPA soap. This is for the perfect gift for your man in your life, either your husband, your boyfriend, your father, your uncle, your brother. It'll be a great gift that they're going to love. And guys, just check it out. Click the link in the description and you're going to get free shipping. And right now, if you spend over $50, if you click the link in the description and you spend over $50, they're going to throw in 2 bars of soap. And it's perfect for the holidays, you guys. I know you're always thinking to yourself, when am I going to get this guy? It's hard to shop for men. Especially your father. Your father's going to love the beer-scented soap, okay? He's going to love it. So go ahead and click the link in the description and check it out. All right, back to the show.
Like, when you want to be cool with the guys, like, yeah, I was hanging out at the bar. Not really. With IPA soap.
I actually personally haven't smelled it yet. I wonder what it smells like.
I do wonder.
I don't think it smells like you just you just got drunk in a bar. I think it smells like I don't know, a little citrusy, a little weedy. It smells like a man. It smells like a man should smell.
I just imagine like sour beer that's been left on the floor and all sticky.
I don't think it's gonna be that. So I'm sorry to hear about the relationship that you were in and that it was a little abusive. When you told me the other night that you were going to go on a date, I almost thought to myself, I thought you were engaged. Were you?
Yeah, I was.
So you were engaged to the abusive person.
Uh-huh.
So congratulations, you got out in time.
Thank you.
Right? It's a positive thing. That's a great thing.
Kill me.
Yeah, that's a great thing too. But do you know how many people didn't find out until after they got married?
Yeah.
So that's
It could have been a lot worse. I don't know if sex will ever be the same though, because there's something about when you think that you might really die
uh
that makes sex amazing.
huh. Really? So like that, huh?
Yeah, we'll see.
That was the one good part about it.
That was the one good thing.
See, you got to have a perfect combination of a guy who just pretends he wants to kill you in the bedroom, but then, in the daytime he's like, "Hey, you want some eggs?" You know what I mean? We just
Right.
need like a good combination. So you didn't know me back then, but I was at one point like 250 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was pretty big, and I'm not tall.
No, you're not.
So yeah, I'm not. So it didn't look good on me. I'll show you some
I think
before
I'm
and
taller
afters.
than you, aren't I?
I think you are taller than me.
5'8"?
Oh, are you a 5'8"? I thought you were taller.
Mm-mm. How tall are you?
For a lady, you are tall. I guess maybe that's why I thought. But I'm like 5'9.5", so I'll take that half. But but yeah, I was 250 didn't look good on me. I was like really overweight, and it was when I went through a divorce, when I went through that breakup, I lost all the weight. I lost it all. Did that have anything to do with this?
It definitely helped because I've had even being with him, I had a lot of anxiety. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety because of him and after the fact. And what helped me the most was just, I never thought I would get like this in my life. But what helped me was exercising, walking. Like, I would just get my anxiety would build up so much. It's like, I have to go work out. I have to go release this. And that's what did it for me.
Walking definitely helps. But you've never really been a person that liked to go work out or go to the gym and stuff like that? Never, huh?
No, I never liked it. I enjoy it now. It's really fucked up. I mean, it's great.
How did you discover it, though?
Well, this time too, I think I slowly got into it. Every other time that I have tried, to hit the gym again or start exercising again, I have put myself out there too much, and then you get hurt, you get burnt out. You're like, why the fuck do I want to do this? So like I just slowly started doing more, going faster, going farther, slowly.
Yeah.
Plus, I quit smoking. Like, I still vape. I know it's horrible. I quit smoking, and that's made a huge difference. Like, I can just breathe better working out, so it's not as difficult. But I just don't think I overwhelmed myself with it right off the bat this time.
How often would you smoke before?
Oh, like a pack a day?
Really? How long ago?
I quit like 2.5 years ago now.
Wow. I guess vaping is a better. It's a step
feels
forward.
better. I mean, I've
Yeah.
heard other things, and I know I need to quit this eventually,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels a lot better. And I smoked for 20 years.
Wow.
So I was 14.
Whoa. So that must have been hard. Well, I mean, the vape helps you quit, I guess, and then I think that there's going to be something that's going to help you quit the vape, which is hopefully even healthier than that.
Yeah, eventually.
So,
How did you lose the weight? Just anxiety and stress?
yeah, pretty much. I didn't eat a lot. Like when I was going through a divorce, my ex-wife was still living with me and was a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I didn't really have the heart. She was still trying to hang on and make it work, and I just was so done. And so it became like us sleeping in separate bedrooms, but in the same house. Yeah. So
Right.
it was very uncomfortable. So as much as possible, I tried to not be in the house. And being a comedian and having so many fucked up friends that I have, it was very easy to stay out all night and party and drink and not eat. And I would go like honestly like days sometimes without eating, or sometimes I would only have like one meal a day, and it would be like probably like breakfast. It would be like just partying all night, and then I'd get breakfast. I eat like half of it, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up and I eat the other half, and that was it. And then anytime I was hungry, I would just like have a glass of tequila. A glass, not a shot, a glass.
Well, let me tell you. Okay,
Yeah.
Agostino, the other night, okay, I've been trying to get my stomach right. I told you my stomach's been a little off, right?
Yeah.
So all I ate that day was kimchi. A little bit of kimchi. That was
Okay.
it. Just trying to get the probiotics and get my stomach
I love
right.
kimchi.
I've acquired a taste for it.
Yeah.
But I know it's good for me too.
Yeah.
But that's all I ate. I did not eat enough that day whatsoever. And then I went. This was the day we were supposed to do the podcast. And
Okay.
I told you I had a date.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then we ended up drinking whiskey, and I haven't drank whiskey. I don't think since I've been in LA. It was the last time I drank whiskey,
Okay.
and I don't remember going home.
Oh, really?
It's not good. My friend came and got me. My friend Rhonda that I live with, and she let me go in the store. She's like, apparently I got to the door, and she's like, you made it all the way to the door. You didn't stumble or anything.
Wow.
She's like, you had to go in and get a Diet Coke. And I was like, oh, God. And I guess I stood at the door just doing this, and she's like, what is she pulling out? And I couldn't open the door for some fucking reason. And I just stood there until finally somebody opened it for me.
Oh, man. But you don't remember she told you all this.
She told me, oh, I hate not remembering. I hate it.
Wow. Yeah, that happens to me pretty rarely. Although the other night I had some Johnny Walker Red Label, which I usually drink black or higher, and red is the cheap one.
For me,
what's that?
because it's the whiskey for me, because it just like all of a sudden hit me.
Why is it that whiskey does it to you?
I don't know. 'Cause I can drink all the wine I want. I might wake up with a hangover the next day.
Yeah,
but
wine makes me feel a little nasty.
Right. But I can remember everything.
I drink everything. Like, I can drink anything. But, like, I guess I haven't had that cheap Red Label in a while, and I had pretty much, like, the whole bottle one night. My wife and I were watching a movie. We were just sitting, like, a long movie, and I like to drink when I watch movies, and I'm just sitting there, like, pretty much had a whole bottle of Red Label. And the next day, I wasn't drunk or anything, you know, like, but the next day I remember not remembering certain things. She'd be like, you don't remember saying this? And I'm like, nope. Like, she totally got me to agree to some stuff that I didn't even want to do. And she's like, you said you would do this. And I'm like, when? She's like, yesterday when you were drinking Red Label.
And you're like, and that's how I got back with my first wife.
Yeah. You know, so many people, I think that we're probably really bad examples of how to lose weight. Because I'm sure there's really healthy ways to do it, but I did not do it the healthy way at all. Like, I just, you know, like you said, it was like a lot of stress and alcohol and drugs and no food.
Yeah. And in LA too, though, I will say I was doing better. Like, I was staying away from red meat and pork. You know, I was using like ground turkey and ground chicken and stuff. And doing that and eating a lot more fish. Now, since I've been back in North Carolina,
You eat a lot of meat now?
so my stomach's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, pork and it's just so Carolina barbecue. How can you not?
Well, it's been almost 2 years I haven't eaten meat. I don't eat meat anymore.
Not at all.
I'm a pescatarian, so I eat fish.
I love fish, though.
I
mean,
love
you get
fish,
that
too.
stuff. Just like here, it's not a staple as much.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, my Thanksgiving yesterday was sushi.
Love sushi.
I love sushi so much. You know what? If I can be completely honest with you, I'm a little under the weather. And I don't feel so well. I actually... What's that?
Wait, did you go to Thanksgiving under the weather? Did you give out COVID?
No, I stayed home. Me and my wife stayed home. I didn't go anywhere for Thanksgiving. We specifically... To tell you the truth, I'm not that bad. And I don't think I have COVID because the symptoms are really... It feels like any other cold or mild flu I've ever had in my life. So if this is COVID, it ain't shit. But but mostly...
Like, this is baby COVID.
Yeah, and mostly it's like, you know, I don't think I have it, you know, but either way, as a precaution, we just didn't go anywhere, you know. We were supposed to go to my wife's family, and I was just like, I do not want to get your mom sick, and you know what I mean? I'm fine. Let's just stay home. So I ended up, you know, we made mashed potatoes and stuffing and green beans and some cranberry sauce and sushi. and I ordered out some sushi.
I love sushi so much, but people around here, I mean, it's starting to come here. I can go to Raleigh and get it, which is like an hour away. Apparently, there's some sushi place here. I tried to go. It was closed, though.
Well, this might be a dumb question, but is there much of a sea life over there?
I mean, we're close to the coast.
Are you?
We have, but the Atlantic.
Okay. So you get some Atlantic fish.
there's plenty of like seafood places, you know, shrimp and even
Okay.
like crab legs and stuff like that. But sushi,
Hmm.
people are like raw fish. No, thank you. I'm
Right.
not eating nothing that ain't been cooked.
And to tell you the truth, if you don't have experience with raw fish, I don't really want to eat your raw fish. You know, you're not
Simple.
used to preparing it or storing it, so.
Well, the funny thing is, we went down. Me and my friend Rhonda went down to Atlanta for the weekend a couple weekends ago, and I convinced her to finally go to this sushi spot. I was like, "Please let me have some sushi, please." And it was a sushi steak, like steakhouse. So she
Oh.
got the steak, and we've been to a couple of steakhouses and stuff around here, but bar none, that was the best steak she ever had. I was like, "See,
Really?
they know how to do this shit."
But did you get sushi?
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Of course I did. It
How was it?
was delicious.
Good.
It really was good. And I went to this place in Raleigh on the mall the other day, and it was really good too. It really was.
Nice. See, it's not so much like losing the weight is the big chunk, right? Like that's like getting over a big speed bump, but the real challenge is just keeping it off, which is the real. That's like anything though. Same with comedy. You know what I mean? It's just like making it as a comedian is like not even the hardest part. It's like staying there, staying on top. It's the same thing with losing weight. It's like it's hard to get there, but once you get there, now the hard part is like keeping it and maintaining it. And that's something that I've struggled with, like up and down since I've originally lost that weight. So I originally was 250, I told you, and then I had gotten down to 170. Yeah, and then now I'm at 290 right now. No, excuse me, I mean 190. I meant 190. I meant 190. So yeah, I'm at 190 right now.
You're comfortable at 190.
I'd like to be 185.
Okay, it's 5 pounds. You can do that.
Yeah, I'm almost there. But I just go up and down with it a lot because I'll take like really long breaks from things. I'll go like no bread, no sugar for a month, and then I'll do really well. And then when it's over, I'm like, okay, party, and I overdo it. I just love bread so much, and that's the thing that is so heavy, and it's the hardest thing for me to stop doing. I mean, I stopped doing meat.
I have to keep reminding myself that, like, you know what? Even if you don't eat this today, doesn't mean you can't have this a week from now. Like, chill out, bitch. You're gonna get bread.
Yeah. My wife keeps telling me that I shouldn't take such big breaks from things like that because I'll go back even harder. So
Right.
so she just keeps telling me like just have what you want but moderately. Like just don't have it every day and have a little bit once in a while. She's right. But I always overdo it. Like the way my mind goes is like, well, I already had bread yesterday, so I might as well.
Well, I think that's a big problem with a lot of comedians. That's how our minds work.
You think?
I do. Like, you just go in, all in, and then you just give up.
Yeah.
And then you go back all in again, and then you give up. It's just a wash and repeat.
You think you'd ever come back to LA?
To live?
Let's start with a
mean,
visit.
I will, just because I have to go to court. But
Oh, really?
yeah. I don't know if I'll ever come live to visit. I definitely want to. I would like to go see, go back to the Comedy Store.
Yeah, of
If I were to
course.
get some kind of role or something, I mean, obviously I would go in a heartbeat.
Why are you going to court?
Huh?
Why are you going to court?
Oh,
You don't want to talk
I don't
about
know
it?
if I can talk about it yet.
Okay. You don't know if you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. We won't talk about it.
I probably should wait until it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. You're going to sue because you didn't get your mail-in ballot? Yeah.
Right. I'm helping Trump win California. That's what I'm doing.
So funny. I saw something. I don't know how real it is. I saw something, but I don't know if you know this about me, but I dabble deep into the conspiracy theory zones.
Oh, God.
And I really hate that term conspiracy theory because a lot of the stuff ends up being true, in which case you shouldn't really call it a conspiracy theory anymore. But I did see something that in another country, that's the thing. My friend always tells me this, and I never do it, but he's right. You got to watch the news in other countries to know what they're saying about us, to see what the truth is about us.
Right.
So in
This is
another,
outside looking in.
yeah. So I guess in another country they showed like that night, election night, the real results, and before it was all switched. That in the middle of the night, I don't know if you know, but in the middle of the night there was like 200,000 Biden votes found out of nowhere and injected into the system all of a sudden at once, and because he was like winning by like Trump was winning by like a landslide in that night before everyone went to bed. So anyway, this someone took a picture of their TV screen in another country when they were watching the news, and literally almost the whole country was red, like even California. They were saying that Trump won California. Yeah, and the only ones that were blue still were like New York and like two or three others. It was crazy. I don't know how real that is, but it's kind of crazy. And I do kind of believe that the other countries, they do actually say what's going on about us.
Right.
Who knows though? Who knows? We'll never know. We may never know.
I don't trust any of them, honestly.
Yeah, I kept going back and forth on it. Like I honestly thought like there's no way that Biden could be that dumb on purpose. I would constantly keep saying that. I would be like I go, this seems like an act. This is like a trick to make you vote for Trump.
It's very like he's old, right? Like he could die soon.
I firmly believe that if he ever does get sworn in as president, that he will be dead not too long after, or maybe even before.
I'm serious.
I'm serious too. I think that he'll get sworn in and then he'll either die or they're going to say that he's like has dementia, and then you can get him out by the what is it, the 25th Amendment, which is if a president is not able, like mentally or physically healthy,
Right.
that you can get him out. So I think that's what's going to happen, and then the ultimate goal is Kamala Harris to be president. I think that was the plan.
Yeah. Unless they weekend at Bernie's president.
You know what I saw today? Speaking of which, did you hear about? It's really sad that I forget which country, but there was like a crazy amount of minks that they had to kill because they had COVID. Like it was like
Oh, how convenient! So they get all these mink coats.
hundreds of thousands of minks.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds really convenient.
But what's crazy is I saw something today that said that the same minks that were diagnosed with COVID after death are now coming back to life. It's something that I saw, and I'm like, so apparently COVID is going to have like zombie effects.
How are they coming back to life?
Well, who do you think voted?
The minks.
The minks voted. Look at your little dog, all excited there.
This is my friend's dog Ollie. He's super, super sweet. To
He
be a
looks
little
sweet.
weenie. Oh, gotta get in your light.
There you go. Oh, he's cute. So, how long do you think you're going to wait it out over there? Are you going to maybe make the move to Atlanta? You wait until like the COVID and the lockdowns die down before you make a decision?
Yeah, and I gotta save up some money and just kind of, I don't know. I need to get a job.
Out there?
Yeah, I think I need to get something if I want to be able to save up enough money and feel comfortable about moving again.
Right. Yeah, sure. It'd be nice to get a nice little part in something. Nice big chunk of change, right? A nice paycheck.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
There's things starting to come back. There's productions. There's commercials being filmed.
I only had one audition since I've been here, and now it's supposed to be taped. And then I tried to tape it in this trailer. Sound is horrible. None of my backdrops looked good. It was It was bad. I finally found a guy because I'm so used to going and having my auditions taped at a place.
Oh, okay.
So I kept looking around. Finally found this guy like on Facebook or whatever who's out of Fayetteville. So I'll have to drive like an hour away.
Wow.
But at least next audition I do get, hopefully it'll be a better quality.
Okay. Man, do you do commercials or not really? Commercial auditions?
No. No, I don't think that I'm very commercial. Do you?
I don't know. Yeah, why not?
I just have all these tattoos and stuff that
Oh, okay.
I've never felt like I was commercial ready.
Yeah, I guess. There's certain things I guess that you could do though, with some mittens. Glove commercial. um I mean they're definitely filming commercials. I've seen like some friends of mine pop up in a commercial. And by the way, there's like so many commercials that are so current, like, with masks on. In the commercial. It's like, damn, you guys got those out quick.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. Because we don't have cable here. The only time I see commercials is on YouTube. I have done one commercial, it was a coffee bean commercial.
Okay, see, there you go.
I'll take that back now. Yeah, but it was an online thing.
Every barista I've ever seen has tattoos on their hand.
Exactly, like I'm like a hipster barista.
So, I mean, it sounds like you're doing well. You're gonna start a comedy room soon. That's what your town needs.
I'm so excited about. I think the town needs it. I need a stage to perform on.
Yeah.
At least monthly, just to go and work out stuff and be able to have that. And I'm hoping it'll catch on here. And I'm trying to bring comics out from Raleigh and all that over here. I have this gentleman who's helping me out of Raleigh. So hopefully it'll be another good avenue for them along the way. I don't know.
Okay.
I just can't wait.
A friend of mine is from North Carolina. I think he might be there now for the holidays. He does comedy too, so let me know, and I'm sure that he would come out and help promote as well.
Oh.
I think that yeah.
What do you think?
I think that at least while he's in town for the holidays, if you do start it soon, because I'm sure he'll probably go back for Christmas. But yeah, it's I think it'll do well. Like you said, the town doesn't really have anything.
On December 19th, so if he's here.
Wait, you have a date already?
Yeah.
The first show is December 19th?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to find out what city. What city is it in?
It's in Goldsboro.
Goldsboro. All right.
Goldsboro. Come on down to Goldsboro now. It's we're doing it in a place called Pier 34. It's shaped like a boat. You won't miss it. Right in front of the Lowe's Home Improvement.
Man, I'm so desperate for stage time. I'll fly out there for 5.
It's actually a really cool spot. If you're ever here, please. I can't pay you, but of course.
Yeah. No worries. Paid? I don't get paid anymore for this.
I'll buy you a drink.
I'll pay you. I just want to perform. If there's certain things, it's like, if I can even just break even, I'll go to your town. I just want to work. I don't want to become bad. I don't want to become rusty. And it's also, rusty. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I did a mic maybe a month ago, and then a little over a week ago I did Philly, so that was good. The Thursday night in Philly was
Philly with Joey?
No. I don't think Joey's touring right now.
I don't think he's out yet, is he?
Yeah, no. I went with Tripoli.
Tripoli's coming to Raleigh, and I've hit him up. I was like, hello? At least I want to see him while you're here.
Yeah. He's such a great dude. But yeah, Thursday I felt a little rusty, but it still went great. And then by Friday night I was already like back in my groove. Sometimes it feels like just like riding a bike, It's so great. All right, so what's the plans besides, finding a job, maybe moving, getting auditions?
You're asking me too many questions, Agostino. I don't fucking know. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? Right now, I'm here. I'm in this trailer in North Carolina. It's nice. I have a roof over my head.
Can't beat that.
I don't know.
Can't beat that.
You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to keep it over your head, though. That's the thing. It's keeping it.
Yeah, well, luckily my best friend has really got her shit together, and she owns it. So thank God.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but I really don't know.
So she lives there too?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Stay here with her, and then her daughter, who's about to turn 15. So that's interesting. I miss, being in their life and seeing Jocelyn grow up. So it's been nice being here and being with them.
That's fantastic. Well, we miss you out here. Although right now it's kind of bittersweet. At least you're not here at a time where there's not really much going on anyway.
You're really sweet because I know nobody has mentioned me. You need to stop.
Well, I did. I did, and I know that I've always enjoyed hanging out with you, like especially those nights at the store. We always have some laughs. You always bring a lot of laughter and brightness and cheerfulness to hanging out. So, there was a little period there where the Comedy Store was open every night, and it was the patio.
Let me tell you, actually, this is the stories that I'm holding on to, and if I have to end up staying in North Carolina, it's all I'm ever going to have, and I'm probably going to tell them 100 more times. Like the time that Busta Rhymes kissed me. You know how many times I've told that to them?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that story. I never heard that story.
Okay, I'll tell it again.
Shut up. Tell it again.
So I'm working at the Comedy Store. I'm in the belly room. Chappelle is on stage working out his stuff. You know how we let Chappelle smoke on stage?
Yeah.
Because one, we can get away with it because it's a performance thing, and it's fucking Chappelle.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Busta Rhymes is standing right in front of me, and do you know how thick Busta is now?
I haven't seen him in person in some time.
Like we're about the same height, but his neck, like he's just fucking ripped.
Really?
Thick. Oh yes.
Okay.
Check out pictures of him online now. He's
okay.
Just, whoa, right? So Busta's right in front of me, and he lights up a cigarette. And then I tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't smoke in here.
Mm-hmm.
He turns around, and he grabs me by the shoulders, and he stares at me so evil, like I thought he was going to kill me.
Wow.
Right? And I was like, oh, God. And then he just kissed me and took a cigarette out.
That's so weird. Did you Me Too him?
No, I was like, oh, that's cool. Because I thought he was going to kill me for sure.
Because he didn't want you to say, well, he can because he's Chappelle. Because he's going to be like, well, I'm Busta.
I know. And that's when I remember Neil Brennan was in front of me, too. I remember making a joke because that's when I was heavier. And I was like, look, me and Busta, we got the same neck.
Oh man, so nobody can ever take these memories away from you, and it isn't over, I mean, I hope to God
I might be 80 and still telling that story. That's okay.
Your grandkids are like, "Who's Busta? Who's Busta Rhymes? Who's Chappelle?" Yeah, I really hope the Comedy Store survives. I think some comedy clubs are going to struggle to survive. Hopefully, this lockdown won't last too much longer, but I don't think we're over. Stand-up comics are not over. You and I aren't over, and you're gonna keep going, doing your thing. Comedy's just growing. All that's happened is we've taken the best of LA, and now they all kind of moved to different states. So that just means that great comedy is gonna grow in other states too. And then eventually we're all gonna regroup and join it, and you're gonna make new memories, and maybe you're gonna fucking kiss Exhibit or something next time. I don't know. Exhibit. Oh man, good reference. Yeah. But by the way, really quick, I want to get your opinion on. Did you see this new video that Chappelle dropped?
No.
The Unforgiven thing.
Out of the loop.
Yeah, out of the loop. Not even on Instagram or nothing. So, there's this 16-minute video that Chappelle dropped. It's about 16 minutes, and it's a live performance. I don't know where and what state he's allowed to do live performances. Maybe Ohio or wherever he lives, But
probably Ohio. I think he's got a room in Ohio. I have heard that.
Yeah, so it's called Unforgiven, and right now, like, a lot of comics are sharing it on their stories, video, and I guess I can get where they're coming from, but to tell you the truth, when I saw it, I was honestly put in a bad mood the whole day, and I was a little mad at Chappelle. So Chappelle, yeah, he's telling, like, a really long story about his childhood and stuff when he started stand-up, and then compares it to, like, what this is about. So basically what he's doing is kind of complaining that Comedy Central never paid him for the Chappelle show, is what he's doing. I'm sure you know the story that he didn't finish the show, like he walked out on it, right? So that's breach of contract, so they don't technically have to pay him. So he was telling the stories. I mean, you'll have to go watch it yourself because it's long. But he was basically saying that right now it's streaming on HBO, which I can understand him being upset about that because he says that he pitched the show to HBO and they turned him down very rudely. And then Comedy Central finally bought it, and then Comedy Central is now streaming it, and he was like, and I don't get paid for any of that, and you guys never paid me. So basically what he's doing is asking the world, his fans, to boycott it. He's saying boycott the Chappelle Show. Don't watch it. Like, don't watch on Comedy Central or HBO until they agree to pay me my money, is what he's saying. And I got a little... Here's why I got a little upset with him. Is because he constantly compares himself to slavery. Which I have a hard time swallowing, a millionaire complaining about not getting paid and calling himself a slave. You know? And that's what bothered me about it.
To be fair, if he did all of that work, though, and it was a good show, it was a hit show, and
it was a hit show, yeah. Yeah, they didn't pay him, but it's not like he didn't know what would happen. He signed the contract. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Do I think it's right? No. I think they should pay him. That's not my argument at all. I think that they absolutely owe him the money and they should pay him. I don't think that he should be releasing a 16-minute video and complaining and comparing yourself to slavery. It's not.
Well, he's in a different position now, so people are going to look at it just like you said. He's a millionaire. It's hard for people to swallow that.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you boycott a show and it's not going to get views, that means that everybody that worked on the show is not going to get those residual checks that they're probably counting on right now. We're talking about the guy who does the lights, the key grip. You know, those people have families right now and are probably out of work, and they're counting on those residual checks.
I didn't even think about that, and you're right.
Now, you could say, well, they wouldn't have had a job at the time at all if it wasn't for Chappelle. Well, there's that too, but then also, if it wasn't Chappelle, it was going to be somebody else. Comedy Central was going to give that time to somebody, you know? And he complains about the contract being a really bad contract, but he didn't know any better at the time. But, you know, I'm a comic and you're a comic, and I got to tell you, I've worked a lot for free. I've worked a lot for free. I would never compare myself to slavery. And he complained about having the contract, but you know what? A lot of comics would slit their wrist to have that even offered to them, that contract. And
I know, but at the same time, though, Augustina, doesn't, just because we're used to it, does it make it right?
No, it's not right. It's definitely not right.
I do think about all the traveling that I've done for like little to no pay, sitting in my car, because I love this so much in the hopes of making it, that people take advantage. Also, you have people don't appreciate entertainment anymore. Like they don't, because everything is free online, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. They don't appreciate it. Why should they pay for it if I can get it for free?
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think that it's right at all. I don't think that it's okay. Yeah, just like you said, just because I'm used to it doesn't make it right. It's not right. I don't think so at all. But
in Hollywood, I'll tell you one thing that really got. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
No, that's all right.
One thing that got me wanting to come back here for a while too is that I was just getting sick of it. I felt like I was sucking up to all of these big comics because you have to admit it's still a boys' club, for one. Mm-hmm. And I'm sucking up to all these comics trying to be their friend, and I'm a genuinely nice fucking person. You know what I mean? In hopes that, hey, you'll take me on the road, something. But it doesn't, they're not going to. You know, and then you find out that they ain't worth shit either. They're fucked up. So why am I sucking up to these people that ain't shit?
Yeah. And if anything comes of it, hopefully it'll teach executives and networks from now on not to take comedians for granted, and maybe in the future we won't have to work for free so much anymore. So hopefully it's like some good does come of it. I just didn't agree with a lot of it. I think you lose me right away when you compare yourself to slavery. It's like, dude, come on. You know, you got a contract. Slaves didn't have a contract. I mean, they did, but they didn't sign it. You know what I mean? You know, and bottom line is, it's like, dude, you signed the contract. You know, just...
Yeah. I think...
And also, by him quitting...
Now, granted, I haven't seen this video.
It's inspiring, and it's Chappelle. He's a great storyteller, but I'm just reading into, I think, a little bit more than what meets the eye, and I just don't agree with it. I think he's kind of complaining about something that happened, 16 to 20 years ago, and dude, all you had to do was finish your season. That's all you had to do. And not to mention, at the time, how many people lost their job because he left?
Right.
They signed the contract and they were willing to uphold their part of it. So I know I've heard nothing but horror stories about Comedy Central, to be honest with you, that they're horrible people. But anyway, that was just my little view on
I've
it.
heard the same thing, and they've kind of been going downhill for a while,
Mhm.
and they're not making any money, and they're not paying anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be surprised if they paid Chappelle anything, even after that video. All right, well, what's that?
They don't have it.
They don't have it. It probably wasn't even that much. At the time, it was probably... He was, like, not really a well-known comic at the time.
Not as big, yeah.
And according to him, he complains and says that it wasn't much anyway. He says that, like, it was a bad deal.
Right.
So we'll see. But maybe I'll find myself out there soon. And, and I'll see you. Yeah. Well, let me know when you're doing your courts, because you come say hi.
I might be there the week of December 7th.
Okay.
It may change, but...
Okay. Well, let me know if there's anything open. If the Comedy Store's open, we'll go down there and we'll hang out.
I definitely want to go check out the Comedy Store if it's open. If it is open, I want to stay for like a week. But if nothing's open, what's the point?
Right. Well, you've always got a friend in me. I love talking with you. And, you can tell that we're not friends because either one of us wants something from the other, because neither of us have anything. We're just...
I give you some quality praise, asshole.
But you're great. I'm so happy to hear you're doing well. I hope that your comedy night goes great. So anybody out there in what's the town again?
Goldsboro.
Go check her out. It's December 19th.
19th at 8 p.m. at Pier 34 in front of Lowe's Home Improvement.
There you go. And I'm sure she's going to be posting it on her Instagram and stuff, which is what's your Instagram?
At Jess Wellington 2.
Jess Wellington with 2 S's, Jess?
Yes.
Jess Wellington 2. Okay, great. Perfect. So yeah, keep in touch. Guys, support her comedy show. We're talking about great LA comedians now moving to other states, so you're going to have quality comedy coming to a town near you. So go support these shows, you guys. If you see one opening up in your neighborhood, it's not going to be bad. Okay? It's going to be a lot for your money. And you look great. I'm so happy and proud of you. You lost all that weight, and I hope you keep it up.
Thank you. You look good, too.
Thank you. We'll both keep it up.
5 pounds, but you look good.
5 more pounds, and I'm there. All right. You can go ahead and log off whenever you want. I got to do my closing stuff here, but it was great to see you. Please keep in touch and let me know when you're in town.
It was good to see you. Thank you again for having me.
Always.
It was nice talking to you.
Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend.
You, too.
Okay, bye. All right, guys, that was Jessica Wellington. She's a sweetheart, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I hope you got something from it. Sometimes things happen for a reason, even if they suck, like an abusive relationship or COVID lockdowns or, whatever it is. Things happen for a reason, They happen for the better. People move on. They're making their lives better, being healthier, and I hope that you get something from that. I got some shout outs here. Let me see if I can make some sense of my chicken scratch here. I want to give a shout out to Media for Nomad. And who else do I got here? Meat 344. And let's see, what is this? Is this Big H 127? Max Power. Christina Nunez. Will be done. What do we got here? UC Lamer. Holly Samoff. I'm sure I'm screwing up that last name. It's Holly. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much. I give you shout outs if you showed any kind of support at all, whether it be at a show or in person or, online or something like that. These are my Twitter shout outs for the week. So thank you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope you got something from this podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. We're feeling good. They heard me say I was a little under the weather during the podcast, but you guys, I'm fucking fine. I'm fine. If this was COVID, it ain't shit. And if it's not COVID, I'm fine anyway. All right? So, I'll see you guys next week, okay? Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Remember that only love can save the world. And come back here and catch us as we document the journey here on Homeschooled Podcast. I'm Augustino Zoida. I'll see you guys next time.
Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The homeschool podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all.